Hey guys, today we'll be going over the Season 10 patch notes. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but basically the patch notes just came out today. The actual season launches tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. But today we'll be going over the patch notes, and I went over the map changes in the last video. If you haven't seen it, go look at it. But yeah, let's get right into it. So if you want to, you can watch the dev stream to follow along, but if you're clicking this video, obviously you're looking for my opinion. But Seer, if you haven't watched Seer, you can go to this website here. This is the Emergence patch notes. The link is up here, and I'll put it in the description too. But you can see how Seer works here. I don't think he's going to be that insane. I think Bloodhound is just honestly better. Just a better, like a worse Bloodhound, basically. The silence doesn't really help as much as like an actual scan would. A scan would give you the full information in a cone of like a big area versus a silence, where the only teams I think he would work in would be like Revenant Octane teams or just like ranked teams. I think in competitive, he is strictly worse than Bloodhound, but I also don't think Bloodhound is that insane either. It's just these Recon Legends don't do too much if you're just an aware team. But it's hard to get awareness in a game like this when they keep pushing out characters like this that just give free info. You'll see later down in the patch notes, Fuse gets wall hacks in his ult. It's actually kind of insane. And Legend Meta, this is like the actual like juice of the video. You can see people inside Fuse's Motherlode. This is good. I think Fuse's ult is probably the worst in the game. Next to Rampart's turret, both ults are horrible. This is a little bit less horrible than the turret, but now it's like actually pretty good. If you capture people like a Pokeball, like if you throw the Pokeball at them and capture them inside, you can actually see them and shoot through the fire. Whereas before you couldn't. It was literally impossible, and the fire didn't even really hit people. There was kind of like an invulnerable like window where right when it hit the ground, if you walk through it, you won't get hit. So this is kind of needed, like a buff like this, but I think it just needs a rework. I don't know if this is gonna like alleviate how bad Fuse is generally. Knuckle Cluster tactical explosion duration increased by 100%. This is cool. I don't know if this is gonna do anything. Honestly think his Q is also kind of just bad. It just does damage and breaks doors. I don't know, it's not like a useful tactical, but I think this helps him, you know, it'll be good. And then being able to toggle off his passive is awesome too, because you can't throw vert nades with Fuse. It was impossible. Like you had to do the passive like nade throw where you couldn't vert throw, and it just made Fuse bad because of this passive. So being able to toggle this is good. Horizon got really nerfed in, I don't know if it was Season 9. I think it was Season 9. Yeah, so this last season she was nerfed a lot. Reduce the slow after the initial black hole pull. This is good because it feels like garbage to be stuck in a black hole that you can't break. Say your guns aren't reloaded or you're shooting the Horizon and she ults you and you don't have anything to break the ult. If you can run out of it without using your ammo to break it, I think that's good. But I also think you should be pulled in initially, so that's good. Bumped Horizon gravity lift speed up to a happy medium. That's good too. Her Q was what made her bad. Like they didn't nerf her ult really. They only nerfed like how slow the Q goes up in the air, and that you can't sit at the top. So the fact that they made it so you can get up to the top quicker is good. Good for rotations, and I think she might be played now because of this. Revenant, I think Revenant needed nerfs. There's now a visual Q when Death Totem protection is about to end, which can be seen or heard by other players. Awesome. You can make it so that before you kind of had to just guess when people would be out of death protection or whatever. Now you can like hear it through the walls or see it visually. I think that's awesome. And then added a brief slow after being recalled. This will like slow Revtane a little, even though Revtane needs way more nerfs than this. This is a good first step. Caustic gas damage starts at 5, increases by 1 at every other tick indefinitely. So 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, something like that. I think this is good because the reason Caustic was so good before was it was 6, 6, 8, 8, 10, 10, 12, 12, I believe. So that was really OP, and that was when everybody was playing Caustic. And if you were in a lobby that was majority Caustic, you kind of had to play one to counter the enemy Caustic, right? And just, it was dumb. But basically the reason Caustic wasn't played anymore was because it's locked at, I'm pretty sure it's locked at 6, like permanently, or 4 or something, some like really low number. It's just the same amount of damage. It might even be 5, 5, 5, 5. It doesn't ramp up or anything. So I definitely think it needs ramp. I don't know if indefinitely is a good thing, but I mean, I guess this helps kill people that are like knocked better, or like sitting in a corner. You throw a trap on them, pop the trap, and they'll die super fast. The tactical has been reduced, which is what makes him good. Like, I think this is good already, but this even makes him better. He has more uptime on like covering multiple entries in a building, so this is good. And then his ult cooldown goes down, but then the duration goes down. So I think this is good too. I don't know. I think Caustic might be even playable after this update. So I think he'll be really good, and I'm sure we'll see play. If he sees a lot of play, we'll see even more play. Like if he like gets 8 to 10 teams to change to Caustic, at least in a lobby, you'll see more Caustics the next game. Like game 1, 8 Caustics. Game 2, 12 Caustics. I'm sure there will be a ton of Caustics if people are running him. This is cool, supply drop rotation. I have a lot of qualms with the actual patch notes about these weapons, but we'll get to that in a second. Prowler comes out, Spitfire alternator go in. Hop-ups, boosted loader comes in. It's a good attachment, goes on the wingman and hemlock. If you reload when when you shoot a gun and it says like hold R to reload, or press R to reload, or hold X or whatever to reload. If you reload in that state when that thing's on your screen, you will get that ammo in your next magazine. So say you reload at like on a base wingman with 6 bullets, it says that at 2 bullets left. So if you reload at 2 bullets left with the boosted loader on it, your next clip will have 8, even though that you're on the base wingman. So 6 plus 2. If you reload at 1, it'll be 6 plus 1, so you'll have 7, etc. I think it's a good attachment, but it replaces Anvil, and I think Anvil's really good. I think Anvil's better than it, but I mean, it's just a good attachment, so I think it'll see play in the wingman. Quick draw goes out. Quick draw, like half of the quick draw actual effects go on the pistols as well, so that's good. Full kitted rotation. All these weapons are pretty good. Charge rifle's good. PK sucks. RE45 sucks. Flatline Rampage though good. So 60% are good. Before it was wingman R9, and that was it. Sentinel and Hemlock were horrible. Bow got nerfed, so it was just these 2 weapons, which require a lot of skill to use. So I don't know. I think this is good overall. Magazine attachments, the reload speed associated with it now goes onto the equivalent stock. So that means that wingman will no longer have fast reload. Actually, boosted loader comes with fast reload. I forgot to mention that. So I guess if you have boosted loader, you get fast wing. But if you have purple mag wing, you do not get the fast reload anymore. Stocks, this just makes it so marksman weapons that are here now use sniper stocks instead of tac stocks. And I'm pretty sure the fast reload goes onto the text or the sniper stocks. I could be wrong about this, but they made it so that you get like a ton of stability and handling, which was on the tactical stocks, which will now go on the sniper stocks. L-Star gets a rework, which I think is awesome. I think the L-Star needed a rework. It was kind of just like a weird gun that didn't have any loot chases, which is what the dev said. So the base L-Star is worse than what the base L-Star is in Season 9. But you can make it better with barrels and energy mags. So I think that's awesome. And they made it so that the VFX when you shoot is halved, which is so big. This gun is hardly usable in BR because you can't even see what you're looking at. Whereas in Arena, it's good because you can just spam corners that you know people are behind. And when they peek to shoot you, they will take like 100 damage because you're just spamming the corner. Doesn't even matter if you can't see. I in Arena, when I play and I buy L-Star, I will just shoot corners. Even though I can't even see what I'm shooting at, damage numbers will come back. Whereas now, this whole rework is meant to make it a good BR gun. So I'm very happy about this. I think the L-Star was like a hidden OP, so this is going to make it even better, and I think it will contend with like R3 and Flatline and stuff. Obviously, this is an LMG, so it has a little bit worse handling than the 2, but I think it'll be good. Light machine guns. Reduce the headshot multiplier for all LMGs. This includes L-Star from 2 to 1.75 and increases the limb shot multiplier. This is good. I think LMGs need a nerf in general. L-Star needs a little bit of a nerf with all these buffs. Devotion needs a nerf because it's on the ground. And then I think that's it for LMGs. Oh, maybe the Rampage. So the Rampage doesn't ridiculously insta-kill people, I think this makes sense because like the bullets hit hard. So if you hit like multiple headshots in a row, the Rampage will just destroy you. So I think this is good. Pistols. This is the quick draw change. I already went over that. This is what I think is dumb, and is what's going to plague this season, is the Prowler. The Prowler, all it did to get nerfed to go on the ground, like obviously you still need stock, mag, and sight on it, or you don't need a sight, but you need stock and mag, and that's it for Prowler. They took out Spitfire, so there's no auto Prowler anymore. There's only burst. But they nerfed the fire rate between bursts by 0.04 of a second. That is all they did. They thought that making select fire not a thing and 0.04 of a second of fire rate nerf is grounds to put it on the ground. Like, they think that's a good enough nerf. Like, what? The burst is the most OP thing ever. It's literally more OP than the auto Prowler. And this is a pathetic fire rate nerf. But I don't know, with the amount of controller players in the game, and I'm even good with the burst Prowler and M&K, and I'm sure other M&K players are good with it too. All you have to do is hit fire it to be good with it. Like, this gun will literally take over this season, unless it's nerfed in the mid-season patch. So, I think this is pathetic. It's going to be ridiculously OP, and I can't wait for Prowler Legends. Spitfire, this is kind of obvious. This is literally just all reverting to pre season 8 values, so like a higher purple mag size, hit fire spread goes back to normal, and damage increase. So it's just basically buffing it to put it in the crate. Alternator comes with disruptor rounds. Disruptor rounds are super OP. If you watch the dev stream, they do a little example or like demo of it, and it's awesome. These came into the game in season 2 on the ground, and it plagued that whole season and the Poland land, which I went to. Everybody was just using these. They have no damage fall off. It's awesome. 30-30 repeater. Reload speed from stocks is increased. That's awesome. 30-30, the worst thing about it is the reload, so that's good. Eva gets a nerf fire rate for each shotgun bolt, which makes it so that you're not getting insta-killed. 63, 63, 63, or 63, 63, 84, which perfectly adds up to around 220, which is like red armor. So you can get 3-tapped at red armor with this gun. So the base fire rate remains unchanged. That's good. It just needed a slight nerf, nothing insane, because the Mastiff is still good. The PK is worse, but the Mastiff can now contend with the EVA 8, so that's good, especially in bubble fights. Arena weapons updates. These are just the purchase like levels for the guns that are going on the ground, and some adjustments for guns that are like picked a lot. So 30-30 is going to be picked a lot more in round 1. L-Star upgrades cost more, so that's good. Charge rifle costs less, bow costs less, Eva costs more, Mastiff costs less, PK costs less. So they basically made all the shotguns cost the same. Fused Knuckle Cluster goes up because of the buff, where it has double the uptime. And then, yeah, they basically just made worse guns cost less and good guns cost more. So yeah. And then they changed some abilities, so like you don't have 2 gravity-less on Horizon, you don't have 3 decoys on Mirage, you only have 2, and then you don't get as many scans at Bloodhound ult. It's good. And one more thing, they did say that the Emergence update patch notes did not include a little sentence that says audio on impact from a jump pad is increased. This is good, but I even replied to it. I said that the issue with the Octane pad is the audio of the initial pad and the air directional audio, because you can't react to a third-party pad or a silent pad. So I think this will be good for the game, but it needs to be better, in my opinion. But yeah, those are my opinions on the patch notes. Do sub, because I'll be uploading throughout Season 10, as well as streaming on Twitch. Go follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/Pettyboss. I stream every day, for the most part. Today I didn't stream because I had school, but for the most part I do stream every day for about 4 to 5 hours. I'm doing a long stream for Season 10 tomorrow at 10 a.m. So do stop by and follow me on Twitter if you want to stay updated for the streams. And I'll see you guys later.